Hey my friends, welcome to this Vinyasa flow. Today we will focus on balance, strength and flexibility, so enjoy and follow along. We'll start today in down dog position. So our hands want to be shoulder width apart, our feet want to be hip width apart, a slight bend in our knees, hips to the sky. Shoulders draw away from the ears and towards each other down the back, creating one nice line from your hips to your head. Feel free to pedal the legs out if you wish, dropping one heel and then the other. Just moving slowly, noticing if you feel any stretches anywhere, any tightness. Notice where your muscles are engaged. Just notice where the breath moves in and out of your body. You can find stillness if you want stillness. Just spend these few moments here doing what is right for you. And throughout today's practice, I want you to honour your body where you're at today. If it feels good, then do it. If it doesn't feel good, then just ease off out of the posture. Or you can return to child's pose, balasana, and just rest. And if you fall out of any today's balancing postures, that's okay. It's all part of the practice, it's all part of the journey. Just get back up, try again, build that strength, build your balance, build your flexibility. We're going to inhale, just come to drop our knees, hovering off the mat. As we exhale, take it back to down dog. Inhale, dropping the knees, hovering off the mat. As we exhale, take it back to down dog. Inhale, dropping the knees, hover them off the mat. And exhale, pressing back to down dog. Now inhale, come forward onto the tips of your toes so you're in plank position. Strong legs and core, tailbone tucks in. Now exhale, hover your knees off the mat, taking it back to down dog. Two more like this, rolling over your toes to a plank position, strong legs and core, shoulders away from your ears. And exhale, hovering your knees off the mat as you press back to down dog. One more here, coming forward to plank. And exhale, hovering your knees as you press back to down dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Keep your hips square. And exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over your wrist, round your spine. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg to the sky. And exhale, knee to nose, rounding your spine. Inhale, three-legged dog, straighten the leg, square hips. And exhale, knee to nose, round your spine. Now place your foot between your hands. As you inhale, sink your hips, your heart comes forward. And exhale, press your palms back to down dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky, three-legged dog, square hips and shoulders. And exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over your wrist, round your spine. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, knee to nose. Placing your foot between your hands. Sinking your hip, your heart comes forward. And exhale, pressing your palms back to down dog. Inhale, drop your knees to the mat. As wide as your mat, your big toes touch. As you exhale, sinking your hips back to your heels, walking your hands out in front, resting your forehead on the mat for child's pose, balasana. At any time throughout today's practice, if you need to rest, come into this resting posture and just focus on your breath and your body. Your breath is the most important thing in your practice. And if you lose your breath at any time during your practice, you just need to ease off out of the posture. Or if you're moving through strong sequences, just come to rest. Because if you've lost the breath, you've lost the practice. And the more control you have over the breath, the more control you have over your mind and your body. And a nice inhale and exhale for the count of 4. And try and keep this regulation throughout your practice. And inhale, press into the mat, tucking your toes, pressing back to down dog. As you inhale, right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip, keep your shoulders square. Inhale, straighten your right leg for 3-legged dog. And exhale, plant your foot between your hands. Now here we're going to take the weight into our right foot. Keep the knee nice and bent as we inhale, arms up, knee to your chest. And exhale, take it back to a low lunge. Slowly and carefully as you can. And inhale, coming back up. Arms up, knee to your chest. And exhale, taking it back to a low lunge. Move with your body and your breath here. Inhale, back up. How's your balance going? And exhale, taking it back. Inhale, back up now. This time we will hold here. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart center, Nanjali Mudra. As you inhale, create length. And exhale, bring your left ankle on top of your right knee and sink your hips. You should feel a nice stretch in your left glute here, your left outside of your left thigh. As you inhale, coming back up, knee to chest. Now exhale, hinging at your hip. Left foot comes back. One long straight line, warrior 3. Inhale, hinging at your hip, knee to chest. And exhale, left ankle on top of right knee, sinking your hip. Inhale, coming back, knee to chest. And exhale, hinging at the hip for warrior 3. Inhale, coming back, knee to chest. And exhale, left ankle on top of right knee, sinking your hips. Last one here, inhale, knee to chest. And exhale, hinging at your hip, warrior 3. And we'll hold for a few breaths here. You want to keep your left knee pointing down to the ground, squaring your hips off. Slight micro bend in your standing leg, engage that right quadricep, engage your core, move your stomach away from your thigh. Looking down at the mat, shoulders away from your ears, drawing your shoulder blades together. And exhale, planting your hands on the mat, stepping back towards the back of your mat. It doesn't have to be a full stance here. You can come in a little bit, and your left foot wants to be at a 45-degree angle. And from here, we're going to rise up and exhale, straighten that right leg. And we can interlace our hands behind our back so we can come into prayer. So if you can comfortably place your palms together, you can do that. If not, you can grab opposite elbows. Do what's comfortable for you here. So it's a straight front leg, hands in reverse prayer, or grabbing opposite elbows. As you inhale, create length in your spine. And exhale, hinging at your hip, folding over that front leg. Be careful not to hyperextend your right leg here. You can have a micro bend in that right knee. Drawing your right hip back, your left hip forward for more of a stretch. Down the back of your right leg. Placing the weight into the outside of your left foot, engage your left quadricep. Make sure your shoulders away from your ears. Drawing your shoulders down your back. Keeping your spine nice and long. Just move with your breath here. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, release your hands to the mat. As you take the weight into your right foot and bring your left foot to meet your right. And forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back, look forward, shoulders away from your ears. And exhale, forward fold. Slight bend in your knees. Arms and head are heavy. And inhale, rise to standing. Hands to heart, to heavens. And exhale, hands to heart, Samasthiti. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep the floor for Utkatasana, chair pose, palms pressed looking up. Tucking your tailbone in here, strong legs, strong core, shoulders away from your ears. Look into the thumbs of your hands. If you can't get your hands together, that's okay, you can have your hands apart. So make sure your shoulders aren't crunching up to your ears. And exhale, plant your palms to the ground, hips to the sky, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. And we'll exhale, heel toe our feet as wide as the mat. And come down to a squat from Malasana, garland pose. Palms together. Sinking our hips. Keeping our legs nice and strong here so we're not completely collapsing. As we inhale, we create length in the spine. And as we exhale, we try and draw our knees away from each other using our legs. Inhale, creating length in the spine. And exhale, now we can press our elbows into our knees, opening a little wider. You should feel a nice stretch in your groin. Last one here, inhale, create length. And exhale. Now we're going to move into crow pose. So we're going to take our hands just in front of us at shoulder width apart and our feet stay wide. And here we're going to bend into our elbows. And we're going to look forward at the front of our mat here, so in front of our hands. And you can have your knees into your armpits, so you can come high like this, or you can rest the inside of your shin on the back of your upper arm here, which is a bit easier to do for beginners. So you can bring your big toes together, bend in your elbows, looking forward. And if you're just building up to this practice, you can just bring one leg up like this, and then release it back down. You can bring your right leg up, your right foot up, sorry, and then bring it back down. Or if you're feeling strong and you feel like you've got the balance, you can bring both feet up, looking forward, and hold here. Keep breathing. And then you can exhale, you can step or jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. And exhale, elbows tuck in. Inhale, glide forward. Onto the tops of your feet, strong legs and core, look forward. And exhale, tuck your chin, press back to down dog. Inhale, drop your knees to the ground. As wide as your mat, big toes touch, walking your hands out in front. We'll have a rest in Balasana, child's pose. And inhale, coming back up now. Tucking our toes. Pressing back to down dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Square hips. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip, keep your shoulders square. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, foot between your hands. Taking the weight into your front leg now. As you inhale, arms up, knee to your chest. And exhale, slowly and gently take it back to high lunge. Inhale, back to standing. Arms up, look up. If you fall out, just come back in. Exhale, back to high lunge. Inhale, back to standing. And exhale, taking it back. Moving slowly, engaging your muscles. How's your balance? Inhale, back to standing. Staying here as you exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, create length. And exhale, right ankle on top of left knee, sinking your hips. Nice stretch for your glute, the outside of your right thigh. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, hinging at your hip. Right foot goes back as your heart comes forward. One straight line. Warrior three. Inhale, hinging at your hip as you come back up. Knee to your chest. And exhale, right ankle on top of left knee, sinking your hips. Inhale, back to standing, knee to chest. And exhale, hinging at your hip, warrior three. Inhale, back to standing, knee to chest. And exhale, right ankle on top of left knee as you sink your hips. Inhale, back to standing. And exhale, hinging at your hip, warrior three. Holding here. Slight micro bend in your standing leg. Engage your left quadricep. Engage your core. Take your stomach away from your thigh. Try to keep your hips square here. Right knee points to the mat. Shoulders away from your ears. Draw your shoulder blades together. And exhale, plant your palms. Step your right foot back. It can be a shorter distance than a usual lunge position. Your right foot wants to point out at an angle, at 45-degree angle. As you inhale, come to standing. And exhale, straighten that left leg. Do whatever you did on the other side, so your hands can be in reverse prayer. You can hold opposite elbows. Do what's comfortable for you. As you inhale, create length. And exhale, hinge at your hip. Keep your spine straight. A slight micro bend in your front leg. Taking the weight into the outside of your right foot here. Engage your right quadricep. Shoulders away from your ears. Draw your shoulder blades together. And just move with your breath here. Follow your breath into your body, into your hamstring. And as you exhale, allow your body weight and gravity to do the work as you sink deeper and deeper into your hamstring. Keep trying to draw your left hip back, your right hip forward. More of a stretch. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, release your hands to the mat. You inhale, bring your right foot to meet your left, big toes touch, small gap between your heels. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Flat back, look forward, shoulders away from your ears. And exhale, forward fold, slight bend in your knees, round your spine, tuck your chin for Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to heart to heavens. Press palms as you look up. And exhale, hands to your heart for Samastitihi. Inhale, take your arms above your head and step your feet as wide as your mat. Toes can point out at an angle, 45-degree angle. As you exhale, bend your knees, slowly sinking back to Malasana, and bring your elbows on the inside of your knees. Just inhale, create length in your spine here, and exhale, keeping some leg engagement, trying to draw your knees away from each other. Inhaling into your spine, creating length. And exhale, pressing your elbows into your knees. One more here. Inhale, creating length. And exhale. Same as last time, guys, just play and experiment wherever you're at in your practice. It doesn't matter if you can do the full crow pose, Bakasana, or not. It's all about the practice. Again, you can come up high into your armpits if that's in your practice. Or if you wish, you can come to bring your shins on the back of your upper arms here. You can bring your toes into touch, bending at your elbows, and just slowly bring your chest over your arms. And you should start to feel a balance point. Again, you want to be looking forward here in front of your arms, in front of your hands even. And again, you can just come up with one foot off the mat, bring it back down, and then come, bring the other foot off, and then bring it back down. Just do whatever's in your practice. And if you fall out, that's okay, just come back in. Just keep breathing here. And you can exhale, jump or step back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Elbows tuck in. Inhale, glide forward. Tops of your feet, strong legs and core. And exhale, tuck your chin, press back to down dog. Inhale, drop your knees to the mat, as wide as your mat, big toes touch. Walk your hands out in front, hips sink to your heels. Rest your head on the mat for Balasana. Inhale, come back up, tucking your toes, pressing back to down dog. And just have a few breaths here. You've done excellent work today, guys, with your balance, building lots of strength, lots of proprioception, which is knowing where your body is in space without being able to see it. Building your stamina, your confidence, and your flexibility all at the same time. Just going to inhale, bend your knees, look forward, and you can jump or step to the front of your mat, bringing your knees onto your mat, and coming over to a seated position. Taking your legs out long, pointing your toes, shoulders away from your ears, pointing your arms, and using your core as you slowly come down here. Now bring the soles of your feet onto your mat, taking your arms down by your side so you should be able to touch the back of your heels here. Your feet should be hip width apart. I'm going to come up into a bridge pose. Setu Bandhasana. So here what we're going to do is take a deep inhale and a long exhale. Just take a normal inhale now. And on your exhale, tuck your pelvis in as you press your feet into the mat, lifting your hips to the sky. And exhale, slowly rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Your pelvis is last to touch the ground. Inhale, tucking your pelvis, pressing your feet into the ground. Lift your hips to the sky. And exhale, rolling one vertebrae down at a time. Exhale, lifting your hips to the sky. This time we'll hold it here. If you wish, you can interlace your hands together and walk your shoulder blades underneath your shoulders. And you want to press your heels into the ground, your big toes into the ground. Really lift your hips here. But try not to open too much through the ribs, so try and have some engagement here around the core. And your chest wants to come towards your chin. It's not so much about height here in your hips, it's more about the length in your spine. So ensure your knees are parallel with each other. Your knees should be pointing towards the front of your mat. Your heart should be coming towards your head. Your spine should be nice and long. And exhale, release your hands. And slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. You take your feet as wide as the mat. And slowly drop your knees to your left hand side. And then bring them back up, taking them to your right. Nice release for your lower back here. Just move nice and slowly here. Now to press your elbows into the ground, make your way up to a seated position. And just take your legs out a little bit in front, but still as wide as your mat. And your hands can come behind you, shoulder width apart. And now what we're going to do is take both of our knees to our left and take our right hand where our left hand was and our left hand where our right hand was, and see if we can turn all the way around and see if we can see our right foot. It's a nice twist here after a back bend to neutralise the spine. Inhale, just looking forward. As you exhale, gently release, coming back into the neutral position, arms behind you still. Just inhale here, create length in your spine, and exhale, dropping both knees to your right, bringing your left arm around to where your right hand was, and your right hand to where your left hand was, and see if you can turn all the way around to see your left heel now. Inhale, looking forward, and exhale as you release. We'll take our left leg out long, bring the sole of our right foot to the inside of our left thigh for Myofascial. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, hinging at the hip. Just allow your hands to fall wherever they fall. Don't try to pull yourself too much in this posture with your arms. Flex your left ankle, your toes point to the sky. And try and drive your right knee towards the mat. And just follow the breath here. Follow the breath in through your body, down into your left hamstring, down into the crease of your left hip. And just notice wherever there's tightness, wherever there's tension, just allow your breath to move through that. And then when you exhale, your body weight and gravity will allow you to sink further into that space that you've created. You don't need force here in this posture. If you can get your hands forward and interlace your hands or grab your foot, that's fantastic. But that's not the goal here today. Just use your breath. Use your body weight, use gravity. And you can still get down there, you can still create more length, more of a stretch. And inhale slowly, coming back up. Switching legs now, right leg out long, sole of your left foot, and the inside of your right thigh. As you inhale, arms up, and exhale, hinging at the hip. This side might be different to the other. Just let your hands fall wherever they are. Relax your shoulders, relax your arms. The same on the other side. Try and draw your left knee towards the ground. And just breathe into the places that are tight. Allow your breath to move through it. And then when you exhale, just sink deeper into that space that you've created. Keeping your right ankle flexed here, your toes point to the sky. Inhale, slowly come back up. And take both legs out long now for Paschimottanasana. Flexing both ankles, both feet point to the sky as you inhale, take your arms to the sky. And exhale, hinging at the hip. Again, just allow your hands to fall wherever they do. Without forcing, without pulling. Just notice how one side was different to the other. Then notice now both legs are out long. Just notice the differences, the similarities. And just keep breathing. Keep exploring your body with your breath. Find that inner balance, that inner harmony. We focused on the balance physically today in our asana. But we can also focus on the balance within us, the harmony within us. The more balanced and harmonious we are on the inside, the more balanced and harmonious we can be on the outside. Now, physical practice can just be a reflection of the state of our mind. If our mind isn't balanced and harmonious, then our physical practice probably won't be balanced and harmonious. And the internal world of us is far more important than the external world. Inhale, slowly come back up, one vertebrae at a time. Bringing the soles of your feet together now for Baddha Konasana, and bring them in as close as comfortable as it is for you to your groin. Hands can rest on the tops of your feet, and you can open your feet out like a book if you wish. Elbows tuck in as you inhale, create length in your spine. And exhale, hinge at your hip, heart comes forward. Again here, don't try to force and press too much with your elbows. Try to use your breath here. And if you keep driving the soles of your feet into each other here, you'll feel more of a stretch without having to use your elbows. Just use the strength of your legs, the strength of your breath, and then allow your body weight and gravity to do the rest. And you'll slowly sink deeper and deeper into the posture. If you're in pain in any of these postures, any real discomfort, and it doesn't feel nice, then just ease off. So just go where's comfortable. Now inhale, slowly coming back up. Just take your feet, still with your soles of your feet together, about 2 hand distances away from your groin for Tadasana. And then you can feed your arms underneath your legs, grabbing the tops of your feet, and just gently fold. You can round your spine on this one. You might feel a stretch on the inside of your groin, the outside of your legs. Just inhale, slowly coming back up, taking both legs out long, and coming to lie down now on your mat. Bringing both knees into your chest, giving them a nice squeeze and a gentle rock from side to side. Taking your arms out to a T, and dropping both knees to your left hand side. And if it's comfortable on your neck, you can look over your right shoulder to complete the twist. And if you can here, try and bring your right knee directly on top of your left knee. So that might mean taking your hips and your pelvis towards your left hand side a little more. But you'll notice the more of a stretch. Now if you can hold your right knee on top of your left knee here. And as you exhale, try and relax the rest of your body. You might notice your right shoulder gets closer to the ground as your right knee stays on top of your left, creating more of a stretch, more of a twist. Inhale to bring your head back to centre, using your core here, bringing your legs to the centre, and exhale, taking them to the right hand side. Again, if it's comfortable on your neck, you can look over your left shoulder. And try and take your left knee on top of your right now, creating more of a twist, more of a stretch. And just exhale, allowing your body to rest. Your shoulder will eventually get closer to the mat. Just finding that inner balance, that inner harmony, a harmony within your mind, your heart and your soul. The more harmonious you can be internally, the more balanced and harmonious you can be externally. It doesn't matter if you can stand on one leg, if you can balance on both hands in Vinyasa, it doesn't really matter. What matters is how balanced you are internally, on the inside. Just inhale, using your core, bringing your knees back to your chest, and give them a squeeze. Now taking your hands on the insides of your feet, grabbing the soles of your feet for happy baby. And if you press your feet into your hands and your hands into your feet, your lower back should reach the floor. And once it's there, you can start to rock from side to side, straighten one leg and then the other. Just do whatever movement feels good for you. Just before we come into Shavasana, our final posture in corpse pose. When you're ready, you can take your legs out as wide as your mat. Just allow your feet to fall where they do naturally. Palms, your hands by your side, palms facing up. Just tucking your left shoulder blade underneath your left shoulder and your right shoulder blade under your right shoulder. Opening your chest. Lifting your head off the mat and then placing it back down to lengthen your neck. And just relax now. Just try to find the balance in the remainder of this practice. The balance between strength, flexibility, your breath, movement. Find the balance and harmony within your heart, within your thoughts. Are your relationships balanced? Are your work and social commitments balanced? Is your self-love and self-care and rest balanced compared to your activity? Are you eating a balanced diet? Listening, reading, writing balanced, harmonious things. There's many areas of our life that we can take our attention to, where we can be more harmonious, where we can be more balanced. And this is just a knock-on effect. It brings more harmony, more balance in other aspects of our life. And this is what then shows on the outside. This is what shows externally to others. We can be more harmonious with ourselves, with others and the world around us. The more balanced and harmonious we are, the healthier we are. I encourage you to stay longer in Shavasana, to really rest and reside in this place. It's probably the most important posture in yoga after our physical practice. It has so many benefits for us. But for those that need to get up now and get on with their day, you can start to bring some awareness back into your body, taking some deeper breaths, starting to move your fingers and your toes. Just stretch out into the space around you. You can take your arms and legs out long, having one big stretch. Bringing your knees into your chest, rocking from side to side. Slowly waking your nervous system. And rolling over to your right hand side as you make your way up to a seated position, keeping your eyes closed. Find a comfortable seated position with your palms together at your heart center in Anjali Mudra. And I invite you to take one thing with you, an area of your life where you wish to be more balanced and more harmonious. It could be something internal within yourself. It could be more balanced and harmonious thoughts. It could be more balanced with what food you eat, with your relationships, with your work and life, social commitments. And I invite you to reflect on it and to see potentially where you can find more balance and harmony within that. Raising your hands to your head for kindness in your thoughts towards yourself and others. Hands to your heart for kindness in your actions. And hands to your lips for kindness in your words. From my heart to yours, Namaste. Awesome, my friends. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I'm all blissed out now. Thanks for practicing with me, Jamie from True Nature.